They mocked us as weak, ignored our warnings as empty threats. But humanity doesn't make threats, we make promises. And today, the entire galaxy learns that when Earth draws a line, crossing it isn't just suicide, it's cosmic annihilation. They mocked us as weak, ignored our warnings as empty threats. But humanity doesn't make threats, we make promises. Today, the galaxy learns that when Earth draws a line, crossing it isn't just suicide, it's cosmic annihilation. Captain Elias Caden leaned forward in the dimly lit command center beneath Earth's icy surface, watching the holographic transmission with barely contained fury. Before him floated the smug, scaled visage of High Admiral Varric, prideful commander of the Galactic Council's unstoppable armada. Varric's voice echoed with disdain. "Humans," Varric sneered. "You truly believe some imaginary line at the edge of your pathetic solar system will protect you? Arrogance or madness, it matters not. Your species has overstayed its welcome in this galaxy. Surrender immediately, and perhaps history will show mercy." Elias scoffed sharply, his eyes glittering defiantly. Mercy? Interesting word coming from a creature whose empire is built on the bones of those foolish enough to surrender. Maybe you missed the memo, Admiral. We're humanity. We don't bow. We don't kneel. And we sure as hell don't run from cosmic bullies. Varric laughed, low and predatory, his cold yellow eyes narrowing. Bravado. I've crushed countless worlds filled with braver species than yours, Captain. Mark my words, I'll personally carve Earth's fate into your miserable planet with the hull of my flagship. Elias leaned in, voice dangerously calm. I admire your confidence, Varric. I really do. But understand this, we've given you your final warning. Cross that boundary at Pluto, and history itself will regret your existence. The Admiral's hologram blinked out abruptly, replaced by the endless void of space. Elias's crew stood tense, breathless, awaiting his next command. Commander Mirachin stepped beside him, her voice quiet, fierce. Captain, Varric won't stop. He thinks we're bluffing. Elias nodded, jaw tightening. Then let's make sure it's the last mistake he ever makes. The chamber trembled slightly as Earth's ancient defense system awakened deep below their feet. Elias knew the truth, the terrifying secret humanity guarded. A secret powerful enough to alter the fabric of reality itself. But despite its unmatched power, he prayed he never see it unleashed. A blinking alert broke his thoughts, urgent and insistent. Captain? Lieutenant Alvarez shouted, panic in his voice. They're approaching Pluto's boundary. Their fleet, Admiral Varric, is ignoring our warning. Elias inhaled sharply, knowing every eye watched him, waiting for his decision. Patch me through, open channel, galaxy-wide transmission. You're live, Captain, Alvarez confirmed, fingers trembling at his controls. Galactic Council fleet. Elias's voice resonated through the chamber, calm yet fierce, addressing every world, every starship in range. This is Captain Elias Caden, speaking for humanity. We've drawn our boundary at Pluto, not out of weakness, not out of fear, but because we cherish peace. Cross this line, and peace ends. Cross this line, and you invite your own annihilation. Turn back now, this is your final warning. Static hung in the air, suffocating silence. Then a mocking voice crackled through the channel. Admiral Varric again, arrogant laughter rippling across the stars. Enough theatrics, human, Varric mocked. Your empty threats bore me. Witness your end. The transmission ended, replaced by an eerie hum that filled the command chamber. Elias's heart sank, knowing what came next. Myra's voice shook slightly, betraying the tension everyone felt. Boundary breached. They've entered restricted space. Elias nodded gravely. Activate Reality Erasure Protocol. Authorization Caden Alpha 01. The room pulsed violently, the ancient device awakening. A distant roar of power surged beneath the surface of Earth, rattling consoles, sending ripples through their bones. Screens flickered madly, sensors overwhelmed. On screen, the Council's mighty fleet approached Pluto confidently. Varric's flagship, proud, immense, seemingly invincible, led the charge. Elias's voice remained steady, reassuring his crew. Humanity's greatest strength was never weapons or ships. It's always been our defiance in the face of impossible odds. Today, the galaxy learns what humanity truly is. Suddenly, the holographic image distorted violently. Space itself began rippling, bending, swirling. Colors shifted impossibly, an eruption of reality itself rupturing before their eyes. Elias's heart thundered, dread mingling with awe. In seconds, the Council fleet vanished, not destroyed, not exploded, but erased entirely from existence. One moment an unstoppable armada, the next, nothing. Space itself lay empty, silent, terrifyingly calm. Myra's stunned whisper echoed through the chamber. "Captain, they are gone! It's as if they never existed." Elias nodded grimly, the full weight of humanity's secret finally clear. "We warned them," Elias said softly, addressing his stunned crew. "The Annihilus engine doesn't destroy, it erases, rewriting history itself. This is the burden humanity bears, a weapon we never wanted, but found hidden beneath the stars. Now the galaxy will know why we isolated ourselves." Alvarez interrupted, urgency overriding all. "Captain, something's wrong. The readings, there's a dimensional anomaly forming at Pluto's boundary. Sir, it's alive!" Before Elias could react, alarms exploded throughout the chamber. A distorted voice broke through their calms, an impossible, familiar voice twisted by rage. "You think you've won?" Varric's distorted voice bellowed, warped by hatred and something more terrifying. "You merely awakened my true form. Humanity's arrogance birthed me anew. I am entropy incarnate, and your annihilation has just begun." Elias stood, eyes blazing defiantly. His voice thundered back across the void, pure human determination. "You came here expecting to fight scared, helpless prey, Varric, but now you're face to face with humanity unleashed. We've spent millennia conquering fear, mastering chaos, and defying gods themselves. Bring your worst, Admiral. We'll show the galaxy how a real war is won." His crew rallied, fists clenched, ready to face the impossible foe now threatening Earth itself. Mera looked fiercely determined, Alvarez's fear vanished into grim resolve. Elias's voice rang sharply, commanding, unyielding. "Prepare the fleet. Humanity's about to remind the universe exactly why crossing Earth is the biggest mistake anyone can make." As he spoke, Elias knew one truth clearly: humanity had warned them, and they'd ignored it. But now, reality itself trembled, and Earth stood unbroken, unyielding, ready to fight against impossible odds. The galaxy had mocked humanity as weak, insignificant. But they'd soon realize that humanity wasn't weak. Humanity was unstoppable. Elias stood rigid, eyes blazing, fists clenched so tightly his knuckles whitened. He stared into the swirling void displayed before him, the aftermath of the annihilated Galactic Council fleet hauntingly vivid in his mind. Mera stepped beside him, her voice tense yet confident. "They're coming again, Captain. Whatever Varric has become, he's not going down quietly." Elias nodded sharply, eyes focused, defiance etched into every feature. "Good. I've never been fond of quiet endings anyway." The command center trembled gently beneath their feet as reports flowed in, frantic and overlapping. Alvarez's voice cut through the chaos, composed yet urgent. "Captain, Varric's anomaly, it's reshaping reality around it. Sensors indicate distortion fields expanding beyond Pluto. It's heading straight for us." Elias's fist clenched, his tone unwavering. "Then let's show this cosmic abomination why Earth's still standing after all these years." Suddenly, the communications panel lit up, transmitting Varric's chilling voice, now distorted, echoing like a nightmare across the void. "You arrogant insects!" Varric snarled. "Your weapons stripped me of everything, my fleet, my past, even my form. But in exchange, it gifted me power beyond comprehension. Prepare yourselves, humans, I am the herald of your extinction." Elias's response was immediate, sharp as steel. "We stripped you of nothing you didn't willingly sacrifice, Varric. This galaxy's seen your kind before. We're just here to finish what you started." Laughter thundered through the speakers, monstrous and unhinged. I am entropy itself now, Captain! Reality bends to my will. Your pathetic resistance only makes your annihilation sweeter. Elias turned to his crew, determination blazing. Humanity spent centuries battling entropy. It's about time entropy learned to fear us. Commander Mira flashed a fierce smile. Fleets assembled, Captain? Your orders? Elias straightened, voice powerful. Deploy the Kronos fleet. We'll fight him on our terms. Activate the temporal shields. If Varric wants reality, he'll find humanity guarding its gates. Instantly, ships moved into formation, Elias's fleet carving lines of defiance among stars trembling under Varric's chaotic assault. Space twisted violently, colors shimmering, stars fracturing under impossible stress. Despite the surreal chaos, humanity's resolve never wavered. Varric's corrupted voice screamed with fury. You humans always believe yourselves special, but you're nothing but desperate vermin, clinging to delusions of grandeur. Elias fired back instantly, voice fierce, words sharp as blades. That's exactly your problem, Varric. You confuse desperation with weakness. Let me introduce you to real human desperation. We turn it into victory. You will beg before I finish with you. Varric roared, the cosmic horror radiating hatred through every word. Humans don't beg, Varric. We adapt. And you've just become our latest evolutionary pressure. Elias shot back, his voice steely calm. The battle intensified, ships vanishing into spatial anomalies, others reappearing in frantic maneuvers. Elias barked commands effortlessly, calm amidst the storm. Hold the line! Shields at maximum. If we're facing chaos, let's show Varric what humanity's order feels like. A sudden jolt rocked Elias's ship, Mira shouting urgently. Reality integrity falling fast. Captain, we can't hold much longer. Elias, unyielding, barked fiercely into comms. Engineers, route power from everything, life support if you have to. We don't retreat, we remind Varric humanity doesn't break. We outlast. Amidst the turmoil, Varric appeared before Elias in a twisted transmission, his form distorted, cosmic energies swirling. You truly think you can defeat entropy itself? Elias's fierce grin flashed dangerously. We're humanity. We've fought entropy since we first crawled from the ocean. You're just another challenge, and we love overcoming challenges. Varric screamed in frustration, reality trembling at his anger. Enough! Watch your precious fleet vanish! Ships around Elias began flickering from existence, swallowed by Varric's chaotic influence. Elias's eyes flashed dangerously, voice sharp. Mira, activate contingency Omega. Captain. Mira hesitated, fear edging her voice. That's our last resort. It could unravel reality permanently. Elias's voice cut through like steel. We're already at the endgame. Either humanity stands today, or we fade into cosmic dust. Do it! Myra's fingers raced over controls. Immediately, the Annihilus engine surged, resonating powerfully throughout space. Reality stabilized, reversing the erasures, returning the lost ships as Varric shrieked, enraged and stunned. How is this possible? Varric hissed, desperation bleeding into his words. Elias, voice ice-cold and ruthless, delivered humanity's message clearly. Because you forgot one crucial thing about us, Admiral, we never give up. We adapt, survive, and conquer. That's what humans do best. The engine flared once more, the raw power radiating outwards, shaking reality itself. Elias stared defiantly at Varric's distorted visage, speaking quietly yet devastatingly confident. We could erase you from existence entirely. But we won't. You don't deserve oblivion, you deserve to remember your defeat. Know this, humanity showed mercy, because we choose to. Remember it, Varric. Varric's screams faded, his presence retreating, reality gradually healing from the wounds he'd inflicted. The threat receded into cosmic silence, leaving behind exhausted relief across humanity's fleet. The crew exhaled collectively, but Elias remained focused. Mira breathed heavily beside him, relief coloring her voice. We won, Captain? Elias nodded slowly, gravely. For now. But the galaxy saw our power. They'll never ignore our warnings again. We've shown them humanity isn't to be trifled with. Myra's expression softened, admiration evident. You risked everything today. Elias met her eyes firmly. Humanity's always risked everything. It's our greatest strength. We don't need gods or monsters to test us, our courage is challenge enough. Alvarez interjected, voice cautious yet hopeful. Captain, signals from dozens of alien civilizations. They're requesting alliances, treaties. They want peace. Elias smiled faintly, fierce pride in his eyes. Then we succeeded. Today we reminded the universe, humans don't conquer worlds, we conquer chaos. We're the guardians, not destroyers. Silence filled the command center briefly, filled with awe and solemn respect. Elias finally relaxed slightly, his voice quieter, resolved. Humanity took a dangerous step today. But we showed them that if they ever cross us again, they'll face consequences they can't even imagine. This galaxy just learned one thing clearly: when humanity makes a promise, we keep it. The crew stood proudly around him, their eyes reflecting unbreakable determination. Elias's words resonated powerfully, sealing their victory. We drew the line and held it. Today, the galaxy learned never to underestimate Earth. Today, humanity claimed its place among the stars. Elias watched the holographic displays intently, a hard resolve etched across his face. Though the immediate threat of Varric's assault had faded, he knew the battle for humanity's place in the galaxy had only just begun. The bridge murmured with cautious anticipation, crew members alert yet uncertain, quietly awaiting his next command. Commander Mirachin stepped beside him, her voice firm yet questioning. Captain, incoming transmissions flooding in. Civilizations that feared us now beg for alliances. Should we trust them? Elias considered her carefully. Trust? No. But we'll hear them out. Humanity showed its strength. Now it's time to demonstrate our wisdom. Mira nodded sharply, relaying orders with practiced efficiency. Within moments, an elegant, holographic form shimmered before Elias, Ambassador Zara, representative of the Nova Collective. Her voice trembled slightly, respect mingling with fear. Captain Caden, your display of power was unprecedented. Many among the Galactic Council regret their previous hostility. I speak for dozens of civilizations seeking peace. We wish to understand your intentions. Elias's eyes narrowed slightly, his tone deliberate. Our intentions were always clear, Ambassador. Humanity never sought conquest, only respect. Your council made a choice, and we responded accordingly. We drew a line, and your admiral crossed it. She hesitated, choosing words carefully. Varric acted recklessly, Captain, blinded by arrogance. Please understand, many of us wish coexistence. We underestimated humanity. We won't repeat that mistake. Elias met her eyes, intensity in every syllable. Underestimate? Ambassador, your council didn't underestimate us, you ignored us. We offered diplomacy first, but you saw weakness. Now you've seen our strength, and you seek mercy. Explain to me why we should grant it. Zara's form shimmered slightly, tension palpable. Because humans understand mercy better than most. Your species once endured endless wars, conflict, chaos, yet you survived. Humanity's greatest strength is not your weapons, it's your compassion. Elias felt the weight of her words, yet remained cautious. Compassion earned through strength. Humanity learned long ago, mercy given freely becomes weakness. You claim you've changed, prove it. Zara's voice firmed, sincerity clear. Captain, our worlds are prepared to offer permanent treaties, technology sharing, resource cooperation. Whatever it takes. We want peace. Elias paused briefly, Myra's gaze locked on him, awaiting his decision. After a measured silence, Elias spoke clearly, decisively. Very well, Ambassador Zara. Peace begins with accountability. The Council must dismantle its war fleets, cease aggressive expansion, and accept Earth's authority in interstellar mediation. Are your civilizations prepared to acknowledge humanity's guardianship? A brief hesitation, but Zara answered decisively. Yes, Captain. We accept Earth's leadership. Humanity has earned the right. As Zara's image faded respectfully, Mira turned sharply to Elias. Captain, they're surrendering leadership willingly. Is it genuine, or simply fear speaking? Elias regarded her thoughtfully, answering firmly. A little of both, perhaps. But fear is temporary, respect lasts longer. Humanity can no longer afford isolation. The galaxy learned the hard way that ignoring us has consequences. Now, it's time they discover our generosity. Lieutenant Alvarez's voice interrupted urgently, eyes wide with alarm. Captain? We have an anomaly, reality distortions near Pluto again. It's Varric! The bridge tensed instantly, the atmosphere charged. Elias's response came sharp, authoritative. Battle stations. Shields maximum. Mira, hail the anomaly directly. Within seconds, Varric's twisted form appeared, flickering, his presence now something monstrous, chaotic energy flowing around him. His voice rasped with bitter hatred. You think you've won, human? The Annihilus engine's punishment made me into entropy itself. I can fracture your reality forever. You gave me ultimate power! Elias stood unyielding, voice calm yet lethal. No, Varric, we gave you exactly what you deserved, nothingness. Yet somehow you're back, still bitter, still blind. The galaxy wants peace, but you can't accept defeat. Varric snarled viciously. Peace? Weakness masquerading as virtue. The galaxy deserves chaos. Only through chaos can true strength rise. Chaos isn't strength. Elias countered sharply. Chaos is fear wearing bravery's mask. Humanity once lived in chaos. We conquered it. You threaten us with nothing we haven't already overcome. Varric's twisted laughter rippled violently. You've seen nothing yet. Suddenly, reality around Pluto distorted violently, gravity bending, the void itself cracking visibly. Myra's voice rose urgently. Captain, Varric's tearing reality apart. We can't withstand this indefinitely. Elias stepped forward confidently. Mira, reroute power from every non-essential system. Alvarez, engage temporal stabilizers. Hold the fabric of reality as long as you can. We'll finish this. Mira hesitated briefly, concern clear. Captain, we risk losing the fleet, losing everything. Elias's gaze locked with hers, unshakable. We've risked everything before. Humanity's greatest victories always come at the brink of destruction. Trust me. She nodded decisively, conviction renewed. Varric's monstrous voice echoed mockingly. How fitting, your species, ever defiant, racing toward extinction. Elias fired back defiantly. Extinction? No, Varric. Humanity thrives on survival. And today, we're the universe's immune response to parasites like you. The anomaly intensified, reality splintering visibly. The fleet strained desperately against the cosmic storm. Elias's voice resonated clearly across all ships. All ships, focus weapons on the anomaly core. Give it everything we've got. Humanity doesn't die today. Brilliant energy cascaded forth, striking Varric's chaos directly. The distorted form screamed furiously, hatred and pain mixing into desperation. You can't kill entropy, Captain. Elias's voice sliced through sharply, finality resonating through each word. We don't need to kill entropy, Varric. We only need it to prove we're stronger. This isn't your universe to break, it's ours to protect. A tremendous pulse erupted, energy colliding violently, reality snapping back into place. The anomaly vanished abruptly, Varric's echoing scream fading into silence. For a moment, no one spoke, stunned by victory. Finally, Alvarez's relieved voice broke the silence. Captain, it's gone. Varric's signature erased. Elias exhaled slowly, feeling Myra's proud eyes on him. She spoke quietly, admiration evident. You showed the galaxy something today, Captain. Elias turned confidently, conviction and strength evident in every word. No. Humanity did. We stood defiant against cosmic threats and arrogant empires alike. Today, Every civilization saw humanity's true face not as conquerors or victims, but protectors. Mira smiled softly, understanding fully. And guardians of peace. Elias nodded firmly, voice steady, carrying conviction across the stars. Yes, Commander. Guardians who will never again be ignored. The crew stood tall around him, unified in victory, forever changed by the realization of humanity's true destiny. Elias's words echoed powerfully. Today, humanity stepped forward to claim its rightful place, no longer isolated or underestimated, but respected, trusted, and feared by those who would threaten peace. Today, the galaxy finally knows exactly who we are. Elias stood silent on the bridge, heart pounding steadily, watching the silent, empty space where moments before chaos had raged. The crew exchanged uncertain glances, relief mingling with lingering disbelief. Mira broke the silence first, stepping closer to Elias, voice quiet but firm. Captain, Varric's gone, but the damage he inflicted, reality itself, is fractured. Our temporal readings show instability spreading rapidly beyond Pluto's orbit. If we don't act now, these distortions could unravel our solar system entirely. Elias nodded grimly, aware of the truth in her words. Then our work isn't done yet. Humanity didn't fight this hard to win a broken galaxy. We have to stabilize it. Alvarez interjected cautiously, concern evident. Captain, that would require reactivating the Annihilus engine again. After everything it's already caused. Elias met Alvarez's worried gaze steadily. Humanity awakened this power, intentionally or not, it's our responsibility to control it. We either master the weapon or become its victims. Mira straightened resolutely, voice determined. Captain, we'll follow your lead. How do we stabilize reality without losing ourselves? Elias hesitated briefly, choosing words carefully. I'll interface directly with the engine. It tested humanity, but now I believe it wants more. It's sentient, intelligent, aware. It's trying to communicate. Maybe I can convince it to help us mend the fractures. Myra's expression hardened instantly. Captain, that's incredibly dangerous. One misstep, and it could erase you entirely. Elias smiled faintly, resolve radiating. Commander, humanity's best moments always came when someone took impossible risks. I'd rather risk myself than lose everything we fought to protect. Mira hesitated only briefly before nodding, loyalty clear. Alvarez's voice steadied, eyes locked with Elias. Captain, the crew stands behind you. Always. Elias exhaled deeply, accepting their trust, stepping toward the engine's central interface panel. The room seemed to hold its breath, anticipation heavy. Activating engine interface protocol, Elias stated calmly. Authorization, Caden Alpha Omega. Instantly, Elias felt an overwhelming presence surge through his mind, powerful and ancient. His vision blurred briefly, replaced by a strange, shimmering entity, a manifestation of the Annihilus engine's consciousness. You are bold, human. It resonated, voice deep, ageless, yet oddly curious. Few beings dare communicate directly. You risk obliteration by challenging my power. Elias steadied himself, meeting the entity's vast, intangible awareness head-on. Humanity survived this long by daring exactly that. You tested us, but now reality fractures because of that test. Help us mend it. The entity paused, its consciousness swirling thoughtfully. Your species interests me. Violent yet merciful. Aggressive yet compassionate. You wield power you don't understand, yet respect it deeply. We respect power because we've seen what happens when it's abused. Elias countered firmly. You exist to protect reality. That's your true purpose, isn't it? Correct. The entity admitted calmly. Yet your species uses me as a weapon. Why should I assist? Elias's voice sharpened decisively. Because humanity doesn't seek conquest. We only wield power as guardians. Varric sought destruction and chaos. We seek peace, stability. You've seen our resolve. Help us restore balance, and we'll become your protectors too. Silence stretched briefly, tension mounting before the entity spoke again, cautiously intrigued. You would guard the Guardian? We already guard reality from threats, Elias responded confidently. Guarding you is simply an extension of our duty. You tested us for a reason. We passed. Trust humanity to help fulfill your true purpose. The entity's presence intensified briefly, considering deeply. Perhaps humanity is worthy after all. Very well, Captain Elias Caden, I shall aid you. Reality around Elias seemed to ripple gently, the fractures beginning to heal, cosmic scars sealing smoothly. His mind surged with energy, the engine sharing visions, galaxies, civilizations, peace, and endless potential now entrusted to humanity's care. Remember this responsibility, the entity warned solemnly. Protect this reality, fail, and existence itself will crumble. Elias nodded resolutely, conviction absolute. Humanity accepts this responsibility. You have our word. The presence slowly receded, reality stabilizing rapidly around Earth and the solar system. Elias's awareness returned fully to the bridge, senses heightened yet perfectly clear. Mira watched him closely, cautious relief evident. Captain, are you all right? Elias nodded, voice steady yet humbled. Better than all right, Commander. The engine agreed to work with us. It's chosen humanity as guardians, not because of our power, but because of who we are. Myra's cautious relief softened into pride. Guardians, Captain? Elias smiled gently, conviction unshakable. Yes. Humanity proved today that we don't just fight for survival, we fight for something greater. We fight to protect life, stability, and peace itself. The galaxy witnessed our strength. Now it'll experience our wisdom. Alvarez exhaled sharply, tension replaced by admiration. The distortions, they're fading. Reality stabilizing. Captain, you did it. Elias shook his head humbly. No, Lieutenant, we did it. Humanity did it. Together. Another transmission appeared suddenly, this time from Ambassador Zara. Her voice held newfound respect, gratitude evident. Captain Caden, the entire galaxy saw your sacrifice today. Humanity's courage and wisdom prevented catastrophe. The Galactic Council is in your debt. Earth stands as an example of strength tempered by compassion. Elias acknowledged gently, respectfully. Ambassador, peace is possible, but it must be built on mutual trust. Can the Council accept humanity as equals? Zara's voice softened thoughtfully. More than equals, Captain. Humanity has earned our deepest respect and trust. We stand ready to follow Earth's example. Elias's eyes gleamed confidently, authority and compassion intertwined in his response. Then let today mark the beginning of a better future, not just for humanity, but for all civilizations. Today, the galaxy learns strength isn't about domination. True strength lies in protecting each other, standing united against threats. The transmission ended gracefully, leaving silence punctuated only by the quiet breathing of his crew. Mira stepped forward quietly, respect vibrant in her voice. You've changed everything, Captain. The galaxy won't forget this. Elias met her eyes warmly. Good. Then we succeeded. From now on, humanity's message is simple. We protect those who respect peace and defy those who threaten it. Today, the universe learned who we truly are. Mira nodded solemnly, understanding clear. Alvarez interjected, voice steady, proudly affirming humanity's victory. Sir, the fleet awaits your final orders. Elias stepped forward, voice powerful, ringing with unwavering resolve. Send a galaxy-wide transmission. Earth stands victorious, ready to embrace allies who value peace, ready to protect all from chaos. Let this day remind the universe, when humanity draws a line, we guard it fiercely. A brief silence, then the crew burst into enthusiastic applause, pride and relief mingling. Elias stood calmly at the center, heart steady with quiet triumph, knowing they'd finally secured humanity's rightful place among the stars. In that moment, Captain Elias Caden understood clearly. Humanity had not just survived, they'd thrived, showing the galaxy exactly what made them unique. Strength tempered by wisdom, courage enhanced by compassion. Humanity's future had never looked brighter. Elias steadied himself, feeling the quiet certainty of victory linger in the air. The threat was vanquished, alliances forged, and humanity's role now undeniably clear. Yet, in the silence that followed celebration, the gravity of their responsibility pressed heavily upon him. Commander Mirachin stood close, sensing his thoughts. "We did it, Captain," she said softly. "The galaxy knows our strength now." Elias shook his head gently. "They've seen our strength, Mira, but they must see more. Our strength alone isn't enough, we must lead by example. Peace isn't enforced through weapons alone, it's maintained through trust." Mira nodded thoughtfully. "And you think they're truly ready for peace?" "I think they're afraid cautious," Elias admitted quietly. "They'll listen, for now. But our true challenge starts here. Our greatest battles may be behind us, but our most important fight still lies ahead." Alvarez stepped forward hesitantly, voice clear. "Captain, Ambassador Zara sent another request. The Galactic Council wishes you to formally address them. They're offering a summit aboard their flagship. They seem genuine." Elias paused briefly, feeling the weight of 1,000 worlds suddenly resting on his shoulders. His voice was calm yet firm. "Accept their offer, Lieutenant. If humanity is to lead, we'll start today." Aboard the Council flagship, Elias stood tall and poised, facing representatives from dozens of alien civilizations. Ambassador Zara spoke first, respect evident. "Captain Caden, humanity's courage and power are no longer questioned. You defended your world, but you also protected reality itself. Our leaders now stand ready to accept Earth's guidance." Elias's voice resonated confidently across the gathered assembly. "Ambassador, humanity didn't desire dominance. We wanted respect. This galaxy ignored our warnings, viewing compassion as weakness. But mercy doesn't equal surrender. You forced our hand, yet we chose restraint when we had every right to vengeance." An elderly alien leader from the Nilarian Union spoke firmly yet humbly. "We feared humanity's intentions, Captain. We misunderstood your isolation as arrogance." Elias smiled faintly. "Arrogance? Perhaps. But humans learned humility the hard way. Earth was once a place of endless conflict. We nearly destroyed ourselves countless times. We isolated not from pride, but caution. The Annihilus engine's power frightened us because we understand consequences." Zara nodded slowly, thoughtfully. "And yet you risked that very power today." Elias's voice grew quieter, deeply sincere. "Sometimes risk is necessary. Humanity's bravery comes not from strength, but from knowing fear intimately, and facing it anyway." A murmur of understanding rippled through the gathered ambassadors. Zara stepped forward boldly. "Captain, we accept humanity's terms. The Council fleets will be disbanded. Earth's oversight will guide peaceful coexistence. We trust your wisdom." Elias held her gaze firmly. "Trust isn't given, Ambassador, it's earned. Humanity will guide, but never dominate. Cooperation is our way forward now. From this moment, our strength protects all civilizations equally." Suddenly, Elias's communicator buzzed urgently, Alvarez speaking quietly. "Captain, anomaly fluctuations detected again, this time, close proximity." Elias turned sharply, immediately alert. "Varric?" Alvarez shook his head grimly. "No. Something else." Before anyone could react, a new holographic image shimmered to life, revealing a figure cloaked in celestial brilliance, a being distinctly non-human, ancient, serene. Its voice resonated calmly, infinitely wise. "I am the architect. Humanity awakened my creation, the engine. Your actions reshaped reality, but your intentions intrigued me. Speak now, why do you wield my power so recklessly?" Elias steadied himself calmly, addressing the mysterious being clearly. "Not recklessly. We acted to protect our survival. Your creation tested us, architect, and humanity passed." The architect regarded him curiously. "My creation was never intended for lesser species. Yet humanity wielded it responsibly. Why?" Elias met its gaze defiantly. "Because humanity understands power's burden. We feared it, respected it, but ultimately controlled it, not for conquest, but preservation. The architect's voice warmed slightly. Fascinating. For eons, civilizations abused power, destroyed each other. Yet humanity chose protection over domination. Elias nodded firmly. We've seen the price of arrogance firsthand. Earth nearly died countless times. We survived because we learned strength means nothing without wisdom. The architect contemplated thoughtfully. Humanity, therefore, earns my respect. Yet your greatest test lies ahead. Will you continue guarding existence when faced with temptations of absolute power? Elias stepped forward boldly. We will guard reality with our lives, because humanity doesn't seek dominance, we seek meaning. Power is fleeting. Responsibility endures. Satisfied, the architect slowly faded, leaving behind silence and awe. Zara turned hesitantly toward Elias. Captain, what just happened? Elias spoke gently, yet authority echoed clearly. Humanity was just recognized by existence itself. We earned trust from beings older than the galaxy. Now we must honor that trust. The universe gave us responsibility. Let's ensure we deserve it. Mira approached him thoughtfully. Captain, you convinced the galaxy's oldest being humanity deserves guardianship. Are you sure we're ready? Elias's voice remained calm yet resolute. Ready? Humanity's never truly ready for the tests we face. But we survive because we adapt. The galaxy chose us not because we're flawless, but because we overcome our flaws every time we're tested. Alvarez watched him, respect evident. Sir, the crew believes in you. We'll follow you wherever this path leads. Elias looked around at gathered allies, confidence shining. Not me, Alvarez. You'll follow humanity's example, resilience, compassion, bravery. We're more than warriors now. We're guardians, protectors, teachers. Our purpose has never been clearer. Ambassador Zara inclined her head respectfully. Captain, your words inspire hope. What happens now? Elias answered firmly. Now humanity leads, not through fear, but through respect. Earth's isolation ends today. Together, we rebuild the galaxy, heal old wounds, and build something stronger, lasting. We'll never again allow arrogance or fear to dictate our actions. Zara's voice steadied appreciatively. Then let today mark humanity's ascension, not as conquerors, but as leaders who prove true strength lies in courage tempered by compassion. Elias nodded humbly. Exactly. We claimed our place among the stars today, Ambassador, not because of power, but because of who we choose to be. Myra's voice softened quietly. And Varric? Elias exhaled gently. Varric was never our true enemy, only a symptom of what we fought against. Today, we showed the galaxy's true enemy was never him, but ignorance and arrogance. Humanity conquered both. We stand united now, vigilant guardians of peace. Silence settled respectfully among ambassadors and crew alike, recognition and pride reflected in their eyes. Elias spoke finally, calmly decisive. The line we drew at Pluto was never simply territorial. It marked our evolution, from cautious isolationists to bold defenders of unity. Today, humanity stands ready, unafraid. Our warning echoed through history, ignored no longer, transforming into a promise: peace will be protected fiercely, threats met decisively, and humanity forever remembered as a species that conquered fear, chaos, and entropy itself.